Coach Jenny Baranchik, along with student athletes Lizzie Wendell and Kendall Clark. We'll follow the same format we've used the last couple days. Please, we'll have an opening statement by the head coach, followed by questions directed at the student athletes. After those questions are complete, we'll dismiss them, and you can direct questions toward the head coach. So, Coach, start us off, please.
You know, it's interesting. We just came out of the locker room, and I couldn't be more proud of the resiliency that this team had today. Indiana State is a very, very good basketball team. They're a lot stronger than us. They're bigger than us. But today in the second half, we came out with poise, and we came out and did all the little things, and we did it for the bigger picture. And we made each other better. We got better. And again, our motivation was not to come in and win this tournament. Our motivation was that they got to continue to play together. And then I hope you all got to see that today.
We'll take questions for the student athletes now, please. Please wait for the microphone before you ask your question.
For either of you, you guys came out on fire yesterday, I know, with the threes, and then today I think you missed your first 12 threes. But you guys aren't shy about keep putting it up. What's kind of the philosophy there? Because you hit there, I think there were 3 threes midway through the second half after it was tied where you pulled away a little bit. What's kind of the philosophy on, is it just keep shooting even if you're missing?
Yeah, I mean, we all have the green light to shoot, and we're told not to pass up open shots. So, I mean, we just need to keep shooting what we had, and we knew they would fall eventually.
Yeah, just to go along with that, like, we're all great shooters. That's what we do. We shoot the three. And Coach Jay just kept saying, they're going to fall, they're going to fall. They can't all not fall when that's what we do. That's part of our game plan. If we're reversing the ball and someone's open and their feet are set, that's their shot. They got to shoot it. And you know what? If you miss a couple, one's got to eventually fall. And you know what? If they don't fall today, hopefully they'll fall tomorrow.
Lizzie, like Coach said, they're bigger, they're stronger, but how did you guys do such a good job, I guess, in your zone against ISU's post players, limiting their touches offensively?
I mean, our goal was to take away the paint, protect the paint, and I think we did well with that. I mean, we just worked on our communication, and that worked out well for us today. And, I mean, everyone's good on defense, so that's what we worked on, yeah.
If there's no further questions for the student athletes, you all are dismissed. We'll now take questions for the coach.
Coach, looking at the numbers from the last 2 meetings with Indiana State, they shot about 50% in those 2 games combined. How did you guys adjust and play them tougher defensively this time around?
That's a really good question. I think that, our game plan was very similar in the last 2 games that we've played, being that they were only a couple weeks apart, that we did need to protect the paint because they are a lot bigger than us. They are stronger than us, and obviously they did a great job of offensive rebounding, so we didn't necessarily take care of that. But what we did do is we continued to have fight with it, and we tried to, we located their shooters a little bit better than we did the last time that we played them. But they also hit 10 threes against us last time that, you got to credit them for knocking those shots down. And I think, both of us would be happy to trade our shooting percentage for a little higher number from the 3 especially. But at the same time, I thought that what we did in the first half, at the very beginning of the first half, was we got all the loose balls around the rim. I think we started to do that towards the end of the game too, and that made the difference in the game.
Are there any?
Just thoughts on that push at the end of the first half that you guys made. ISU was up, I think, 9. You cut it to 2 before the late layup they got. Talk about that.
I think the biggest thing that we did is we regained our composure, and we did the same thing yesterday, and part of that is we have a young team, and part of that is that Indiana State's a very good basketball team. They're a very good defensive team. I think they kind of had their way with us at the beginning. They maybe didn't knock down the shots that they necessarily wanted to the whole time, but they definitely threw us off our game. And this is the first time all season we've gone 7% from the three-point line in the first half. So I knew that our team had it in them. And you asked that earlier. Is shooting the three part of our game plan? It absolutely is. We're playing 5 guards most of the time. We have our starting 4 and 5 have never played post until they got to college, so that's got to be part of our game plan. But we also have great shooters, and so the more that we can move the ball, the better off we're going to be. So when we made our run, we passed a lot more than we dribbled, and that's what we needed to do.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Coach Terry Morin, along with student athletes Marina Laramie and Bilquis Abdul Kadir. Please, first we'll have the coach start off with an opening statement, followed by questions for the student athletes. They'll be dismissed, and then you can direct questions towards the head coach. So, Coach, please start us off.
Well, as you can imagine, we're disappointed. Give Drake a lot of credit, especially in the second half. I thought they came out in the first 4 minutes and threw several punches. We didn't respond. We were on our heels. And had the momentum for most of that half. We didn't respond the way that I think I would have liked to have seen our kids, with a little bit more sense of urgency. I thought, like I said, we looked like we got punched and we were staggering a little bit. We didn't respond the way that I had hoped. But with that being said, give Drake a lot of credit. I thought we made a run there at the end and got it tied up, but then we gave up 2 threes in transition, which are backbreakers. This is a tremendous Drake team that can shoot it. We know that, and we didn't do a good enough job today of guarding the three-point line.
Questions for the student athletes, please.
Bilquis, you guys did such a good job early in the game, maybe the first 15 minutes defending the three. They missed their first 12. Was it disappointing to close the first half the way you did? And what were the factors with that, you think?
Yeah, Drake definitely took the momentum from us in the last, I'd say, 2 minutes of the first half, and I believe it affected us and it followed through to the second. I believe we did do a really great job. Kendall Clark wasn't hitting any threes in the first half, but like Coach said, they had the momentum, we didn't respond, and that was the end result.
Marina, offensively, you and Rachel went 6 for 15 from the field. Did you expect to have more success against Drake with your size advantage, and how did they defend you guys that made life difficult?
Yeah, we did. That was a big part of our game plan, actually, just, getting it on the inside and us just trying to score for the team, and that didn't go as planned. They were in that zone, and they did a good job of just guarding the pass, just coming into us, and, and when we got the ball, just on-ball defense, they did pretty well, and we did get some shots off, but they just didn't fall for us, and so...
Bilquis, at the end of the game there, you put the team on your back, straight to the hole a couple times, made a big three. At what point did you decide, I've got to go straight to the rim and start scoring? A sense of urgency really kicked in.
Coach was just, she just told me, we don't really have any time to play around. We needed baskets, and I tried to take advantage of that. They weren't trying to foul me late in the clock, so I just, tried to drive as much as I could. It's just tough, We tried to get into our post, like Red said, Marina said, and it's I don't know, it's just disappointing. We did have the lead, but then again, they took the momentum from us.
Marina, just obviously disappointing outcome. What do you guys take away from the season overall? You know, you're obviously one of the top returnees. Just talk about where the program goes forward in your mind.
You know, we expected more out of this tournament, and but that being said, the season's not over for us. You know, I think we're going to have hopefully a great postseason, and hopefully we'll get a chance to be in another tournament. And you know, if we do get that chance, we're going to make the most of it. We're going to take advantage of that fully. So, you know, I just think it's not over for us.
Thank you all. You're dismissed.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry. Questions?
Oh, all right.
Okay. Questions for the coach now?
Coach, what was Anna Munn's injury? It looked like her elbow and just...
Yeah, I think from what I could understand, I'm not sure who it was, which of Drake's players landed on her arm, her elbow in particular, and hyperextended it. We got ice on it quickly, got her back to the locker room. Range of motion was not good enough for her to return.
How big of a blow is that, Coach?
Well, you know, she's our glue player, so that was a big blow, but we didn't feel like all was lost. You know, we still feel very confident in our bench play, and bringing Steph. I thought she played well yesterday, and it was just a day that, you know, Jazz couldn't get her shot to fall, and you know, all of our guards. And I think we settled a little bit, which is unfortunate. Our game plan going into it, we felt was our advantage on the inside, and we didn't capitalize on that. We didn't take advantage of that. That's not enough post touches for Red and Rachel on the low block, and that's our fault. That's my fault. That we. You know, we didn't do a better job of helping, you know, our kids understand when and where the ball needed to be and when it needed to be, even though that was the game plan. I'll take that. I'll take the fault for that.
Okay. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.